I made a Soul Striker deck. Now hear me out. Hear me out. I have not made a deck profile in about 2 weeks. One of my teammates, TZ, been encouraging me to just focus on the stuff, but he did remind me to limit yourself when doing deck profile. And I really enjoyed the Soul Striker video that I made. I felt inspired to make one. So I made a competitive budget deck for new players and for older Soul Striker players who try and get back into playing this particular deck. And it's a popular deck right now, so I hope you guys like mine.
I'm just up in my sway, stay in my bag, I got plenty for days. Chief and Azar don't come with no haze. Jewelry all on me, it's wet like a tray. Addicted to pay, no all the steppers, no kidding in play. Look at my team, see all of us made. Came a long way for minimum wage. Hey.
What's going on, y'all? Evan U7 here, back with another video. And today we are doing a quick deck profile on, I don't know why I couldn't. We are doing a quick deck profile on Soul Striker. Now, before we start, be sure to hit that like button at the bottom and subscribe. It'll mean a lot. After seeing Soul Striker get played in a couple of the regionals and tournaments, I felt inspired to make one. I spent about an hour or so just trying to understand the matchups that Soul Striker will go against and other cards that will be played. Now, I don't have the Android 17s, but I did come up with a nice competitive version for you guys to play. So, I'll show you guys what I came up with. Alright, y'all. So, we start off with Super Saiyan Guy Son Goku. Now, I did get eroded, so don't be fooled by the unison. I actually have to reprint one, but it's not for you. When this card attacks, you draw one or switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. Now, with this errata, if you have 4 or less, you draw 2 and switch this card over. Next, you have, well, the Awakening side. You have Super Saiyan Guy, Super Saiyan Son Goku, Soul Striker Reborn. When this card attacks, draw 1, untap 2, and at the end of your turn, you choose to one of your blue unison cards and with a and you switch it up to active mode. So basically, you do the baby unison. All right, starting off, we have Vegeta, Disturbing Harbinger. When this card is played, look at the top 5 cards top of your deck, add up to 1 blue Saiyan or Earthling card energy cost of 4 or less to your hand and shuffle your deck. It was actually pretty cool because I've been debating if I want to run these Zeno combos or run these, because you could actually search for it, but Zeno's obviously the best choice. Next, we have 2 Super Saiyan Rose Goku Black Mortals Begone. When this card's played, draw 1 card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, cost of 4 or less, place at the bottom of his deck. It is a dub strike, and if your lead card is a mono blue, or is a Masu, or a Goku Black, and you have 3 or more Z energy, play this card from your hand. This is a full route, so don't worry. I'll show you guys in the future a better version. Next, we're running Piccolo, the Infiltrator. It's a deflect dual attack. When this card's played, this card gains barrier to the end of your opponent's next turn. Play up to 1 playing against the talent from your deck. Activate main, limit 1. Tap 2 energy. If your lead is blue, play this card from hand. And of course, activate main, tap 1, discard this card from your hand, play up to 1 playing gifts of talent from your deck, then shuffle your deck. Definitely a great blue staple for any blue deck. We are running Planned Glimpse of Talent at 2. I have a third one, but obviously the deck will change. I mean, I am on a budget with this deck. It is Bear. When this card is played, draw 1 card and your opponent gain control of this card. This is mostly played in Android 2021. Next, we're running 3 Zeno Edge of Space because late game you get to switch out the cards you want from your energy. It is a super combo, and of course, if you hard cast, you draw 1 card. And we have Zamasu, Sacred Disbelief. You want your opponent to be you to play something heavy, and then what you do is you'll put that card in rest mode. There's no better feeling than putting something in rest mode that you not want to get hit by, especially double strike or crit. Next, we have Super Saiyan Son Goku, Another World Blitz. I love this one more than SPR, but the SPR is pretty cool, but this one looks really cool. It's deflect, triple strike, barrier, blocker. And when this card is played, draw 1 card and choose up to number of X of your opponent's battle cards, where number is the extra cards in your drop, and place them in the bottom of your opponent's deck. At the end of your turn, switch this card to active mode, then switch between your mono blue energy to active mode. It is a blue unison to a certain degree. And of course, you tap 4 energy. If there are no battle cards in your drop, you play this card from hand. I mean, it's such a broken card for just a Super Saiyan, but it makes sense because it's basically Angel Goku. Next, we have Super Saiyan God Son Goku, Miraculous Transformation, Deflect, Unique, Triple Strike, and Barrier. Negate the attack, place card in rest mode. During your opponent's turn, reduce the energy of this card cost in your hand by 1 for each card in your opponent's energy. And if your leader is mono blue and this card is in rest mode, your opponent battle card can't attack leader cards. By the way, shout out to anybody who still have Room of the God cards. Definitely was a peak season. Next we have Black Smoke Dragon, Accumulated Negativity, Deflect, Permanent. This card can attack. When this card's played from your hand, choose one. Place up to 3 cards from the top of your deck in your drop, and then if there are a total of 7 or more cards in your drop, draw 2 cards. Another one is you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 7 or less, ignoring bear, and send it to his owner's ward. A third one would be third choice. Choose up to one of your opponent's unisons with a specified cost of 2 or less and 7 or more fuel markers, and send it to his owner's ward. This card, for any Vegeta players, be on the lookout for this. They will send this. They will send your Vegeta to ward. And you can also use Black Smoke for combo for Zenkai. Next we have Baby the Unknown Parasite. It is a draw 1 card, tap 3. It was very famous, a very famous unison way back when. +2, draw 1 card, and activate main. If your leader card is mono blue, choose up to one of your leader cards, and he gets some +15 power and double strike for the turn until the start of your next turn. You can't activate mono blue cards with counter skills from your hand by choosing 2 other cards in your hand and discarding them instead of paying their cost. And you just got to do minus. Next, we have the SCR. That was a joke. Majin Buu, Assault of the Agents of Destruction. Double strike blocker. Activate main. Draw 1 card to start of your opponent's next main phase. Switch this card to active mode. And if your leader is blue, switch up to one of your mono blue energy to active mode. Auto. When your opponent attacks with a battle card, and you may choose one of their battle cards and place at the bottom of his owner's deck. So you move a marker for 1. You don't gain a marker for doing that one. Still one of the best unisons in the game. Now, I have a stack of 1-ups coming up, but don't worry, the deck will be changed in the next few weeks. We have Sun Gohan Power Reclaim. It is a deflect triple attack. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it and place at the bottom of his deck. At auto, tap 1 blue energy. If your leader is blue, when this card is added to your Z energy, which is really good, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 5 or less and place at the bottom of his owner's deck. And of course, you have the famous activate battle, limit 1, tap 3. If your leader is blue or a Master Teachings card and your life is at 4 or less, place this card, play this card from your hand. Next we have Focus Full Strength Blow! Deflect, double strike, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 3 for each card in your opponent's Z energy. Can you imagine that? By 3. You think tap 2 for that. Auto limit 1. If your leader is mono blue and your opponent has 3 or more energy, and when this card's played, draw 1 card and choose up to a total of 3 battle cards in your opponent's battle area or drop and add them to his owner's Z energy. Auto once per turn. If you and your opponent have a total of 7 or more Z energy, when your opponent activates counters, they add 1 card from their hand to his owner's Z energy. Really good. Of course, we have the one-of Pan, Awakening Talent Pan. When he attacks, choose 1 card from your life, add it to your hand. And of course, at the end of your turn, return this card to your owner's hand. And it goes into plus 10k. Next, we have Baby Golden Avenger. Unique triple strike. When this card is played, the battle card being played has energy cost 7 or less is returned to the owner's hand instead of being played. Negate the counter skill and play this card. Auto. When this card is played, draw 1 card and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring Barrett, and place at the bottom of his owner's deck. And he's unique, and he's a triple strike, and he's a GT ape. Next, we have Son Goku and Newfound Journey. Deflect, do attack. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle card with energy cost of 5 or less. Return to his owner's hand. Look at top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Add up to 1 sand. Add up to 1 Earthling, which was a sand, or World Tournament card with energy cost of 4 or less among the team in hand and shuffle your deck. And of course, you can just tap 1 and play this card from hand because your leader is blue, boy. We all running the blue Black Smoke Dragon. Basically, what you do is you place 1 card from your hand into your drop, and you move this card in your drop from the game. And when a battle card is placed at the bottom of the deck, choose up to one of your opponent's unisons with a specific cost of 2 or less and place at the bottom of his owner's deck. And if your leader is a blue Z leader or you have a blue Z battle card in play, play this card from your hand. So you can basically use that. Some say it's a side deck, some say it's not, but who knows. Nah, we do know. Uh, Next, we have Ultra Instinct Son Goku, the Unstoppable. Play this card, counter play. Play this card, counter attack. This card can't be negated in any area by your opponent's skills. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, return to his owner's hand, and if it's your opponent's turn, you draw one card. I made the deck to where you could just kind of stall out until late game. At all costs, Vegeta, the infamous at all costs Vegeta, the famous at all costs Vegeta. When you play this card, draw one card and choose up to one of your energy. Switch to active mode. Activate main once per turn. This is very powerful back in the day. Choose 2 cards in your life, add them to your hand. This card gains plus 3k power for the ratio of the turn for each energy you have. Then if you have 5 or more energy, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and KO it. And this card gains triple strike for the duration of the turn. Next, we have the Mirror Creator Absorb. It is the card that gains plus 5k for each card in your warp. It is a nice little finisher for late game. Next, we have Chill's Army Reinforcements, free blocking their gates. I also use my Rapid Onslaught Super Saiyan Blue Son Goku as a token, which is actually my favorite battle card all of Dragon Ball Super card game. Yes, it is not Victory Strike. I repeat, it is not Victory Strike. And of course, you got to have the infamous, why do I keep saying that? The famous Into Beans. Well, you know, they give you a plus 5k defense, you know, increase your power up when they're trying to hit you. Next, we have for the magics, take 1 life, sparking 5, untap 2 energy, or you can actually use your energy as well. One of the best counters in the game. Next, we have Realm of the Gods, Beerus Destroys. If your leader card and all your energy is blue, choose one of your cards and it gets plus 10k power for the battle, then choose one. If it's your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, energy cost greater than their current energy, and place it at the bottom of his opponent's deck. If it's your opponent's turn, draw one card and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 2 or less, and place it at the bottom of his owner's deck. And of course, we have the one of Desperate Measures. Goku's on it. That's what. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what is on there? Counterplay. If the battle card your opponent is playing has an energy cost of 2 or less, it is returned to its owner's hand instead of being played. Then choose up to one of your blue battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less and return to its owner's hand. Next, we have Mafuba. Do y'all remember that YouTube channel Mafuba Jar? I shout out to them. I missed them. We have Mafuba here. Negate the attack, and you basically play this card on top of your opponent's battle card. And at the end of their opponent's next turn, you put this card in the drop. Then we have the Ultra Instinct Goku Kamehameha. This card is so beautiful. Let me get 3 of these. Activate battle. If your lead card is blue, choose up to one of your leader cards or battle cards. It gets plus 15k power for ratio on turn. And if all your energy is blue, when you activate this card, choose one. If it's your turn, you draw one card. If it's your opponent's turn, choose up to one of your blue energy and switch it to active mode. And of course, we have the SCR here. Look at my sleeves, boy. Yeah, got the homie. Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken Son Goku, United Divinity. Ultimate Deflect Triple Attack. Permanent for each card your opponent's energy. Reduce the energy of this card in your hand by 3. You can't place cards on top of this card. So it means you can't play the Kaioken one from back in the day. And if your opponent has 4 more energy when this card is played, switch all of your mono blue energy to active mode. This deck, I want to make it mid-range. It's meant to be mid-range, so hope you guys like it. And for these Zenkai cards, we have Ultra Instinct Son Goku Limitless Awakening. If your life is at 3, and you have 7 more energy, you Z Awakening. Of course, with this card attacks, draw one card, and gains plus 1k power for the turn for each card in your Z energy. And you place one of your Z energy in its owner's drop. When your opponent attacks with a battle card, negate the attack. Next, we have Beerus the Annihilator. It's a barrier card. When this card attacks, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards when he calls greater than their current energy and place at the bottom of his owner's deck. And this card gets plus 5k power for the turn. I wanted to just note something real quick. That's one of the reasons why I run one of my one-ups. I run the baby one because it's auto would kick off once you use the Beerus ability or any card that makes you bottom deck your opponent's card. Once per turn, tap 2 blue energy. If your opponent has 3 more energy, switch this card to active mode. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place at the bottom of his owner's deck. And this card gains dual attack for the turn. Next, we have Cell Awakening of the Created, Deflect Crit. Choose all cards, energy cost of 5 or less, and place underneath this card. And if you have 4 more, of course, switch this card to active mode, and this card gains triple strike for the turn. So it'll be a triple strike crit. Of course, we have the Whis from on high. If your leader's Amon Blue, you can add an energy to rest mode. But if your leader's Amon Blue, Beerus to be exact. But we focus on the activate main. Remove this card from the game. Choose a total points, battle cards, and cost of 4 less, and place it on top of its owner's deck. Of course, we have the SS Blue Vegeta surmounting the Impossible, which lets you take life. And of course, if you add up to 1 card from life to your hand, you place 1 at the bottom, then you add 1 card. And finally, we have Super Saiyan Khalifa, Tenacious Spirit, Defect, Unique, Double Strike, and Blocker. Everything in this auto applies to the Kale Leader, which obviously running Soul Striker. This is just a substitute until I get the Vegito. And that's it. You guys enjoyed it. I'm going to be posting 2 versions of the deck. And don't worry, I got some new stuff I'm working on, some new concepts I'm working on. And that's it. Anyway, guys, have a great day. And remember, the Lord loves you.
Tried to take my life when my toes were thin. Turned the relevancy held within these walls.
Wait, before you go, make sure to follow EvanU7 on Instagram at EvanU7Glover. Bye.
And this bitch going crazy.